Hey everyone, welcome back to Disney Sorcerer Arena. So, Captain Lightyear is finally here. The event is finally here. It is what it is. He's officially in game. Um, Sucks is here. They did have a little downtime this afternoon on the 28th here. Um, and the reason they did is because they came up when they brought the packs for this event out. They came up with a socks pack that was 50 shards for $50, and as you can see, the Captain Lightyear pack is 80 shards for $50. So they had to do some downtime and take it out because it was wrongly priced. It was not correctly priced, and so that's the reason why for the downtime. And you should have a thank you for your patience thing in your box. If you haven't seen it, it's there, but just look for it. It's not much, but at least it's something. But yeah, so to get to Captain Lightyear, you either have to buy the pack, which this is a free to play channel. Sometimes I talk about my buy to play account, so I did on my buy to play. On my pay to play account, I did buy Captain Lightyear. But if you're interested, you need a bunch of characters to even be able to get to Captain Lightyear if you're trying to get to him. And I don't know if you've ever watched a Swogga video on Farming Guide on Swogga or any of these or Marvel Strike Force, but this is a very Swogga-esque farming situation. Because if you look here, you need Wally and Eve, and then socks. Well, of course you need socks, but to get socks, all you need is a couple interstellar people, and that's it. That's all you need to be able to get socks. But to get Captain Lightyear, you need socks plus Wally and Eve. And so this is where it starts to get a little convoluted because for those of you who don't know, all you need for Wally and Eve is you need tech characters. And so you're like, well, and so this is something, if you're just coming to the game, this is something you're going to know because we now have, like I've talked about previously, I think, we now have this lifetime event for Elsa, and people will tell you to go for Elsa first. Now that we have this event, and just because of the possibility that Captain Lightyear is going to be a pseudo legendary, maybe you should think about going for a tech first. Now you're like, wait a minute, who are the tech characters? I'm glad you asked. Tech characters. Tech characters are used to be when the game first launched. You would get Darkwing Duck automatically. They just give it to you. They stopped doing that. But it's Demona who you're going to start farming right off the bat, probably, because she's one of the free characters to give you. Calhoun used to be much more acceptable. Now she's kind of in the Ralph campaign, so that's where you're looking for her. Darkwing, unless you're just in love with Darkwing, don't go for Darkwing. Don't. If you're doing Club Expedition, you'll get Milo fairly easily. They have a lifetime event for Hero. He's also very easy to farm on his own because he's part of the only tech legendary that we have in the game. Then there's Maurice, who is part of the Beauty and the Beast team, so you're going to need to farm him eventually if you're going for Beast. Dan, once again, if you're going for Baymax, Dan's here. Honey Lemon, you're going to need Syndrome for the Incredibles thing in the Club Expedition. Cora doesn't have a lot of use. She's definitely better than Darkwing Duck, but she just doesn't have a lot of use. Xanatos, who you need for Goliath, is there. Go-Go, who is also part of the Big Hero 6 team, obviously is good. Gizmo Duck. So, little caveat so you need tech characters to get Gizmo Duck, and you need Gizmo Duck to get Eve and Wally both. So keep that in mind. So you need tech characters to get Gizmo Duck, And then you need Gizmoduck to get Eve and Wally. So keep that in mind. Then there's Yokai, who's also a tech character, but he's not. He's Big Hero 6, but he's like Gaston. He's not part of. Just like Gaston isn't somebody you need for Beast, you don't need Yokai for Baymax. Gadget, who's an adventurer, she's a tech character. Wasabi, who everyone knows is a member of Big Hero 6. Then Baymax himself, of course. Then Eve and Wally. Powerline, who's a new character, and then Socks. Additionally, I didn't know this until I started looking, but they did getting Eve a little bit easier. In fact, we're going to go ahead and favor her so I remember it. They put her on nodes so you can farm Eve. So this might help speeding up, because previously it was you had to get the tech characters to get Gizmoduck, and you had to get Gizmoduck to get Eve. Well, you still need to hit the tech characters for Gizmoduck. And you can still use Gizmoduck to get Eve, and you still need Eve to get Wally. But they just made it a little bit easier. So she's on 5A of the Grand Campaign, and she's on 5D of the Villain Campaign. So that's where she is. And I just want to make sure, and she's also in these Interstellar chests, and she's also in the Interstellar bundle and the Eve Jumps start pack. If you want to buy her, don't. Just farm her. You'll be happier. You'll save yourself a couple of gallons of gas. And we'll just double check on Wally to make sure he's only available in the he's in the Interstellar pack. There's a Wally pack. There's a Jumpstart Wally pack. There's an Interstellar Team pack, of course. So if you really want Wally, that's where he is. Other than that, he's in the event. Gizmoduck farmable? No, he's not. The only place you can get Gizmoduck. So you can farm Eve Wallet. You can now farm Eve, but you can't farm Gizmoduck. It's a little whatever. But like I said, you need tech characters so you could theoretically farm Eve up to get yourself 5 tech characters, because she's Interstellar also. So if you just went straight with, Interstellar characters that are tech, you have Socks, you have Wally, you have Eve. Is there anybody else who's tech? There's Calhoun. Calhoun is also an Interstellar member. So you have 4 Interstellar members here. So if I was farming tech, of course, what I would do is I would, of course, farm Calhoun, because you're going to need him. You're going to need her for Ralph. She's tech, so she can help you get Gizmoduck, which will help you get even more Wally. So Calhoun is probably going to be the one you want to start with farming for this Interstellar group, because he's going to help you out in multiple facets. And then you can farm Eve also. So finish Calhoun, then start Eve, and then pick. Those will be the 2 absolute people I would go with, and then Demona, because she's really needed for the Gargoyles Tower. And then maybe if you want to, Xanatos once again for the Gargoyles Tower. And so that's going to give you 4. And then you can pick and choose. Do you want Maurice, Dan, Honey Lemon, Syndrome? It's wide open. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to start, if you don't, obviously if you want Baymax and you don't have Baymax already, then it's Big Hero 6 all the way. But if you're looking for something outside of Big Hero 6, then it's Calhoun, it's Demona, it's Xanatos, and it's Eve, and then whoever the other person is, whichever other character you want. But those will just check the most boxes. Once again, Calhoun, Wreck-It Ralph will help you get Wreck-It Ralph. will help you, and this tech will help you get Gizmo Duck, will help you get Eve Demona for the Gargoyles Tower. She's also tech. She's also a downtown villain. Then there's Xanatos, who is tech and will help you get Goliath also for the Gargoyles Tower. Then there's Eve, who is tech and will help you get both Gizmo Duck and Wally. So there's that. It's just so clear. And then, who's your other interstellar person that you probably want to go after? It's Buzz. Buzz is very early in the game. He's very accessible. Buzz is going to be there for you. Then, you're going to have to do a little work to get Captain Gantu, because you need mythicals to be able to get to Captain Gantu and to get Stitch. As you can see, right now I'm trying to finish Calhoun and Gantu and sort of Buzz all at the same time. I'm farming, so I'm farming Emperor Zurg from the tournament exchange, I believe. Yeah, whatever. And then we're farming Buzz where we can. We're farming Gantu where we can. We're farming her. So these are the 4 we're concentrating on now. And then obviously after that we'll move on to Stitch and Eve. It'll probably be Eve first and then Stitch. Just because, like I said, before we get more bang out of our buck, going for Eve first as opposed to Stitch. So that's where we're going. But from all reports of what I've seen, is Captain Lightyear, who I should have talked about him before I left the Interstellar grouping. He is sort of like Frank Wolf in that he's a really, really good character, really strong character. I can't believe he's not a legendary type character, just because of what he does. And once again, if you're not familiar with the class of what he is, or of his classification, he's hero. Obviously, he's downtown Lightyear adventurer, interstellar downtown hero. From what I've heard, he might be the first character, because you're obviously going speed. It's speed attack. If you're offense, people are saying that he might be the first character that actually benefits from an orange Summoner Stone. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I don't have him. I was going to be a while here before I'm ready to get him open on this account. So this is just my free-to-play overview of who you need to be looking at farming for Captain Lightyear and for Socks. It kind of would have been nice if they would have properly priced the Socks pack first, but they didn't. So you're gonna have to wait. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit. So you're gonna have to hard farm Socks this time around, and then maybe they will end up putting the pack back in. But the fact is, you can get Captain Lightyear right now if you pay for him. It's easier to actually get Captain Lightyear at this point than Socks. It's because if you grind. So we'll go back to it. We'll go back to the event, and I'll show you another thing about the event that I didn't mention already. And that is, do I have another opportunity? I do. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit this node. I can't, as you can see, I don't have the requirements to do this, but I can do this. So I made it all the way to Cosmic Collision number 3, and you can refresh for gems, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do, just so I can showcase that a little bit more. And we'll go ahead, and this, keep in mind, this does give you gold, and it does give you more of this, and it gives you some other stuff, which is kind of random. And you can go to the Interstellar chest, of course, like most other events, and you just come down to Interstellar Chest here, and that's what it is. And you also, if you really want to, you can buy cosmic coins if you really don't want to. I don't recommend doing that, but and here we just got some Ganted, we got some socks, we got some Wally. That's good. Very helpful. Go ahead and open this one. Got Calhoun, so this is going to help you maybe not farm as much Calhoun, or maybe not farm as much of some tune that you don't want to farm. And I think every pack that I've opened, it has given me Wally and socks. Here again, more Wally, more socks. And so yeah. So think about it. Let me know what you think of the event. Do you like it? What do you think about Calhoun? I mean, Captain Lightyear. Like I said, early reports that I've seen is he's a pseudo legendary, and only time will tell. I saw this person report that he's a pseudo legendary because he takes gear like a legendary, and then somebody's like, and then another person was like, well, to be fair, the dwarves take gear like legendary, like legendaries, and so they were sort of comparing Captain Lightyear to the dwarves, which everybody knows that the dwarves are severely bugged still, even with everything that glue has tried to fix on them. They're not hitting like they should, and they're still severely bugged. But obviously we don't know about Captain Lightyear. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back later. Till then, have a good one. We'll see ya. Bye.